Hello! I have showed up yet again. I'm here. I'm not late! Well, I'm slightly late. Hello, Dirty Pure. Hello, Polly McCoy. Hello, Zara BP. Hello, Nicole Varnum. Hello, Foxtops. Hello, John Smith. Hello, Picantian. Did I hit Eli Cave? I don't think I hit Eli Cave. Hello. Hello, the great. We have a fun game to play today. The Iborg lives. Let's go. Hang on. He did Mech make fun of him? How dare you mistype? Late and monkeypox infected? Not yet. Not yet. Alright. I think I've got someone who would come and talk to me, but I'm not sure if I want to invite them. I called them a pedophile and they didn't understand. Alright. Is that the Twitter guy? Yes. Hold on. Maybe I should do the Finn thing first. Your Tiger videos comment section is being invaded by degenerates. I know! Let me show you something. Let me show you something that I like a lot. For some reason, it seems like a lot of people think I would delete comments. Like if you're linking something fucked. Or doing like shit that endangers me in terms of TS or something, I guess. I'll shoot your shit down, but I think I've been severely misread. For instance, there's a fellow who seems concerned I would delete his comments, so he backed it up on Twitter. My name doesn't matter for the situation, or at Iborelli11. He says, what was I thinking? I'm not going to delete any of these comments. They will still be located in Harmful's opinion. I hate Bungo Tiger video. If my comments get deleted, that means it was Harmful Opinions that deleted it because he doesn't allow any opinions in his comments. To assuage their fears, I would like to immortalize their comment permanently. Hang on, this guy just says, no evidence. Hang on. Hang on. I'm talking to someone on Twitter. Okay, let's do his comment. Okay. This man who was scared about his comment being deleted, I'll make it permanent, alright? I'll make it permanent, I'll bake it into a stream. Says, I'm gonna out myself to be the disgusting human being that I am, since Tiger is going down because of stuff like these. I consume anime. I have already fallen into various pedo-bait anime characters and jerked off. I have always standed by the side of Lolicon and Shotacon in all my life, secretly. I have several minor friends who I talk to and help avoid getting them into trouble or getting groomed by actual disgusting beings. I take care of a child who my sister takes care of, and the boy likes me and think about me as his uncle and knows I wouldn't hurt a single fly. Dog, why'd you got so many minor friends? Tim not showing on the Twitch home screen? Maybe it's because I have, like, adult only on. Secretly, yes. He said secretly. I don't know. I personally have no desire whatsoever to delete that comment and think it's very funny. Right, let's go. Hang on. You know? Hang on. I was thinking, so this person's going, you know what I mean, but you're dancing around it. I'll be waiting for evidence that lowly show is harmful or even means anything about a person. So I'll say, I was thinking you could help me out. Do you want to come on my stream and explain what it is about the drawings on your Twitter profile that turns you on? Okay. Level 27. 27-year-old. I can't show that on stream. Okay. Probably not. Don't let them open their webcam. I wouldn't. Don't worry. For evidence, it would help. It would help. You could show everyone, one, how normal you are. You'd function as case study 1. There we go. Does he still do banging songs? Wait, who? Fintronaut. Ah! I don't know what he does. Alright. Hi, Blast.
How's Weeb Wars 2 going?
Weeb Wars 2 is going okay. Weeb Wars 2 is going okay. You calling them normal is going to piss them off? Because it's like an edgy boy thing. It's like a... I asked, what is it about the drawings on your Twitter profile that turns you on? And they say, because they are fictional characters that look nothing like real people. Still no evidence. I don't understand why them being fictional turns you on. There are lots of fictional things. There are lots of fictional drawings. You gravitate towards ones that look like little kids to me. Me for some reason. I want to understand. Do you have a Discord I could add so we can chat? Alright. Let me give you an example. Maybe I shouldn't give you an example. Probably not. I'm not sure I can show any of these. So no evidence. They won't, like, actually respond to anything I'm saying. You can be evidence. You can be evidence that people into it are normal. You can be evidence. Come chat. You can be evidence. Come chat, question mark. Alright, let's look at this guy though. I'll check back on what they say after we look at this guy, otherwise I'm going to be typing to them forever. Right. Or Whatever Podcast, Episode 4, by Fintronaut. We're going to play a little game. His video is titled Aftermath of My Controversial Tweet. The game is, can you figure out what the tweet said from him talking about it? If you know, don't spoil it. If you don't know, make some guesses and I'll show you at the end. I have not watched this whole video, but the people who sent it to me, or the person who shared it with me, told me he never says what it is in the video. Let's go.
You know what? It's an extremely intense experience, like posting this controversial tweet and then seeing that, oh my god, this tweet is getting like tens of thousands of views and people are fucking furious. They are giving me death threats and stuff like that. Like, my goodness, like, that is stressful.
Crazy. Cancel culture has gone wild. Yet again on this poor Finnish man.
You know what? I am strong. I am extremely strong. I will not...
Spoiler, he deleted it. As far as I'm aware, I believe he deleted it. Perhaps he was forced to remove it, I don't know. But I think he deleted it.
Cock. I will not cock. I will overcome the stress.
He will not cock.
Like a god. Like a fucking god. And say, you know what? Fuck you, you anti-intellectual, unthinking, normie scum.
That should be, for those who know, that should be a massive hint. A huge hint.
Start acting.
I don't want to color your perception by saying red flag, but yes, that should be a red flag to you.
Actually thinking about what is true.
Thinking about what's true.
False. Start thinking in those terms. And then what I'm saying, it might actually end up sounding a little more reasonable. And yeah, like, stop fucking hysterically, right? I mean, I know I'm speaking on deaf ears. Nobody's gonna listen, right? But stop fucking hysterically, fucking like knee-jerk reacting to something that somebody says, which is...
What did you say? My knees ain't jerking because I ain't been lurking hard enough to see it. Where is it? Buddy, what's... Damn, these damn SJWs, they sound crazy. They're so hysteric. Or hysterical, I should say. Okay, this guy's not going to talk to me. Hang on. Okay, coward. Hang on. We can talk. Hey, he says, he just repeats, so no evidence, so no evidence, so no evidence. We can talk evidence on my stream. Smiley face. What's your Discord? I feel justified in pressing them like this because they said, why don't you say something, or are you going to run away? Oh, you're going to ask me if I'm running away. Or, you know, okay. Come here then, buddy. Blah, blah. Come here then, buddy boy. Come here then, buddy boy. Come on. Right. These damn SJW blue hairs, knee-jerk reacting to him, freaking out over something he said that is true if you're just an intellectual.
What he says, which is controversial, because perhaps beyond that controversiality, there might be rationality beyond it, right? But you will never know because, like, you're not open-minded enough, Normie. You're not open-minded enough to actually, like, explore the view that one holds, right? The view that I hold, such that you could actually, like, perhaps you would actually find an error in my view, right? An intellectual error where I believe something is true.
An intellectual error in his view. He, of course, posted a thesis. He posted a treatise on Twitter that you could comb through and intellectually analyze. Okay.
Which is false, right? You might find that. And if you actually found that, you actually honestly explored my view and found the error in my view, I would change my mind. There's literal documentation on my YouTube channel about how I will change my mind if somebody shows the error, right? There's why I stopped being a libertarian. That's one video on my channel. Synth came to me he fucked me up, fucked me in a debate, really good, props to Synth, right? And yeah,
my veins look like they're gonna explode out of my head. Yeah, I'm very vascular. This normally happens when I drink a lot of caffeine. I've had a bunch of caffeine today. He's just been beset by Karens. He'd listen if someone just made a reasoned response. He clearly, whatever he posted is, of course, totally normal, intellectual. The Karens are coming at him. He's not going to change his mind. He's not going to cuck. I believe he deleted the tweet, so he kind of did cuck. But if you come to him talking rationally, he'll listen. Yeah, seems like a great guy. Okay.
I made a video. I literally made a video saying I'm no longer a libertarian, and here's why, right? That's it, right? There's another video called Why I'm No Longer an Anti-Natalist, right? I changed my view on that also because, I'm capable of actually changing.
Sorry, did he say change his mind being an anti-natalist? Funny. He's much more okay now with children being born. I'm not saying anything.
Changing my views. But, I will never fucking change my view if you don't show to me that my view is actually false.
Thank you. I dropped the announce. Thank you for the reminder.
False. You see, the issue with this epistemology of believe me or else I'm gonna kill you, right? The issue...
Believe me or you will die. Right. What did you say, dog?
Issue with this epistemology is that it doesn't actually change your doxastic state, your actual doxastic state in your head. I mean, not mine anyway. My mind is not such that you can threaten me.
You DM me a video if I want to hear this accent more.
The best way to get the best girls, not...
Okay. You know what? I think his voice sounds okay. I could imagine it being in an ad. Ooh. I don't give my Discord out to randoms. You can easily provide evidence on here. You are able to post links to study, research, reports, papers, etc. You're just showing me you don't have any evidence to show Lolly Show is harmful. No, of course I do. Come talk to me. I'll tell you about it. You can show him. You can show a modest. You can show a modest couple of hundred people how cool and normal people who are into what you're into are. Unless you're very obviously a freak. Unless you're very obviously a demented pedo freak and would prefer to hide that. Freak. Which might come across on which might come out on a call. Of course I do. I'll leave out the pedo bit this time. Let's do lowly rotted freak. Okay, I think that'll work better. Unless you're very, very obviously a lowly rotted freak, which might come out on a call, and would prefer to hide that. In my eyes, that's you hiding evidence. Evidence. Very unethical. There we go. Stop hiding evidence. Anyway, back to this guy's video.
Threaten me into a belief, right? The belief is still gonna be there. I might like pretend. I might pretend as if I believe something else, right? If you give me like a death threat or something like that. But I won't actually like change the belief. The way to actually change.
Ooh. You anti-intellectual. You don't understand. You're not changing someone's state of mind. You're not changing their actual belief. You're just going to change what they say. Okay. Sure. Sure. What did you say?
Belief is to go through
What do you think
the
he said?
process of intellectual argumentation. Now, this whole thing, it didn't come to me as a total shock. Like I knew, obviously, like I knew of the society's like attitude regarding this issue, right? What it is, and that this is the issue you're not supposed to talk about. Of course, I knew like that background knowledge or whatever, and I knew there was a possibility that okay, it's actually like blows up and people, this happens, right? But I kind of like approached it from a marketing perspective. I kind of approached.
I've lost the plot at this point. I know what he tweeted, and I've lost the plot.
It from a marketing perspective. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Okay. Right? All right. Never mind. Okay.
And the reason I have to take these kinds of like routes in the first place is just because like I'm noticing that my channel, it's just starving. Like it's just starving for attention because there are not that many like intellectuals. Like
guys, I was just he's not saying he's joking or not serious. He's saying it's related to let's say being more abrasive, perhaps being more shocking on purpose, but still intellectual, and he believes it. Okay.
True intellectual.
Whatever it is, he believes it, and he's a true intellectual. But he was presenting it, in such a way that it would function as marketing by firing people up. Okay.
In this world, right? The state of intellectualism is very poor in our world. So this is actually a test. What I'm conducting here.
Oh, it's a social experiment, right?
This is a test to find people. I'm essentially sending like a signal out.
His tweet is a signal to find a certain type of person. All right, let's go.
Into the world. To test if I can find other true intellectuals, right? And by true intellectual, I know there are like some people who are like intellectuals and they like see what I say, but they like self-censor. They just like stay completely silent, like don't say anything about it. And like, I understand why, right? But like here I'm like looking for the true intellectual who not only is an actual intellectual, but also has the courage, the bravery.
Brave intellectual.
For what's true. And
stand up for what's true. Yes, brother. Yes. What did you say? For
the proper argumentative method. That's what I'm looking for here. I don't know if I don't know if such people exist, but we shall see, I suppose.
We shall see. He was casting a net.
I'm looking for people who are not afraid to find out what is true.
Not
for
afraid.
People who do not care about what is true, but only care to find out what is true, no matter what that true thing is. And on top of that, are not afraid to speak out loud. Speak out loud. Said findings, said truth.
PPR, we're playing a game, PPR. Don't look it up. We're going to finish watching this video and then I'll show you what the tweet was. All right?
Now, should something bad happen to me as a result of this?
It's not going to. But not because it's... Okay, I won't spoil too... I won't give you too many signals. Realistically, I don't think that's going to happen.
This documentation, it will work as a proof of the fundamentally disrespectable and anti-intellectual nature of humanity at large.
Rage against his tweet is an indictment of humanity at large. Incredible.
For those intellectuals who are not already convinced of the unthinking and unchangeable nature of the masses. Oh, and for those wondering, I'm locked out of my Twitter account, so the normies, they reported like the tweet or whatever.
Okay, so I guess he didn't delete it himself, presumably. A lot of the time when you get locked out, it's over a specific tweet, and they make you delete it when you get back in.
As you might expect.
I'm honestly surprised he got locked out over it.
And I've appealed the tweet.
As in... I'm not saying it's terrible or it's not terrible. That would be a spoiler. I don't think it's the kind of... I didn't think it would be TOS. Regardless of whether it's bad or not, right? A bad opinion. Perhaps even fucked up. Who knows? No spoilers, no spoilers. I'm surprised it would count as TOS.
Like, I'm not sure that the tweet actually has anything.
Your guess is some mild right-wing opinion that made his circle freak out? We'll see.
In it, any content in it that like goes against X's terms of usage. I mean, they claim to be a free speech platform. Well, let's see. Let's see if they actually are.
Let's see indeed.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the being locked out of X as a opportunity to relax or whatever, because like to
relax,
be honest, like I don't
chill,
want to...
make a little video, a signal for your fellow intellectuals explaining what's going on. If you're here, it means you've passed his test, but I'm not sure you should be happy about passing his test.
I don't even want to see the death threats and the false accusations that are like being spread there. Oh, and now I'm also remembering something, some like elaborative point I had to.
All right, go for it.
Which is that like I've told people before that even like a view that I hold like very strongly, such as like veganism or whatever. Like if somebody actually showed to me that veganism is false, I would stop being a vegan.
Veganism is false. That's a weird phrasing to me, but maybe it's because English is his second language.
I would abandon veganism if they actually like showed.
There's not just one veganism that can be false or true. It's not like veganism is just a statement. What the?
To me, that it's false. Like, I mean, if you're wondering, like, how might they show that? Like, well, they might just show, for example, that consider that animals are automatons, right? If animals were automatons, didn't have sentience, well, I wouldn't care about animals, right? I wouldn't care about like abusing them, like just like how I don't care if you like abuse like a stuffed pet or whatever, right? Like
this guy is smart as fuck.
Stuffed pet, stuffed animal, I mean, right? I don't care if you abuse that, right? Because it's not a sentient creature. So yeah, I mean, obviously, like I don't think animals are automatons, but hypothetically, if somebody like just showed to me like and said like, look here, here's a proof that animals are automatons, and it was like a convincing proof, I would be like, okay, cool. I guess I'm not a vegan anymore. Well, there we go. Heavy episode today. This has been or whatever.
Oh, I guess his tweet must have been something along those lines, right?
For podcast episode 4. And this has been finished.
And he said it's an elaborative point. Could just mean that he's elaborating on the idea that you need to convince him, because otherwise, perhaps you'll even just drive him into believing what he already believes more if you're abrasive and not really trying to engage with it directly, right? Maybe he'll just be shut off from thought himself.
Or not. Bye-bye.
Feel so alone. Alright, if you haven't guessed yet, it's too late. It's too late. Let's go here. Do you guys know who Steven van der Velde is? Do you know who Steven van der Velde is? Ring a bell? Might be saying it slightly wrong, or at least saying his last name slightly wrong. He is the Dutch beach volleyball player who groomed and then flew over and raped a 12-year-old British girl in 2016. Right? On a thread talking about him, Finternoot made a response to people who were upset with him. The Dutch rapist, the Dutch child rapist. Finternoot, the intellectual, decided to bring up a fantastic point. Regarding what the Dutch beach volleyball player did with that 12-year-old, he said, and by quote-unquote rape here, do we mean non-consensual sex where the 12-year-old screamed, no, 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 or do we mean consensual sex where the 12-year-old screamed, yes, yes, yes? According to him, no, Lemaurange, this is not a joke. This is what he claims to be the true nature of reality that only true intellectuals can comprehend. He also claimed that this was meant to be a test to draw people who agreed with his perspective here to his channel, which to me is a fascinating choice of bait to draw people in with. Yeah. Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange that there is no mention or even the tiniest little hint within his video of what he tweeted? Isn't it curious and strange? Don't let them pressure you into taking the video down. Whaler. In some ways, I'm really, really insulted. Because, I mean, I know you didn't say that, Whaler, and you're, copy and pasting a comment. I'm absurdly insulted because there's literally nothing they could do that would make me take a video down. Short of, they would have to DMCA me, so, it was out of my hands. They'd have to get YouTube to take it down. They'd have to credibly, threaten someone I care about. With a real legit threat that makes it clear they're able to do it, would do it, have the information required to do it. Anything short of that, why would I delete a video? Right? The funniest thing is, they've been so mind-fucked, I guess, by the perspective the VTube sphere has, the idea that, a bunch of people are hating on you is fucking harassment, it's so dangerous, if you click this that fucking slit your wrist or something. That when they're angry at someone, they behave like that. Thinking that it hurts people? No, the VTubers are lying to you. You're just giving me money, you fucking retard. Continue. You're not gonna make me take the video down. People behaving like that is why I made another video. To rinse you, you fucking idiot. Anyway. Also, to be fair, Bunga's old document annoyed me. It's so bad they call a bunch of replies harassment. Yeah. Pretty pathetic. Anyway. We watched something on Tuesday. It was a video by West Side Tyler that, oh god, that's a horrifying crop. Right. Let's go. Oh yeah, the video. Hang on. All right. Quick Finglish video first. Quick Finglish to
The best way to get the best girls, not average but the best, is to focus 100% on yourself, on your mission and achieving your goals. That's it.
I can understand it. I can understand him.
Girls don't like pussies. Some do.
Girls don't like bussies.
But fuck it. I have this one girl that I have been talking with about 6 months now.
Talking.
I have been asshole, selfish, cunt. Because
He's a salafist?
I am on my mission to hit $100,000 monthly revenues with my business, and for me, my target, my mission is far more important than anything else. I haven't told her about my mission to hit $100,000 monthly revenues. I don't answer any message
I could understand him at first. I don't answer.
between 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Between that is my time. That's fucking lot of my time. Only between 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I may talk to her or with my friends or my family.
He made out with her or her friends or his family.
And she can't fucking resist me.
Resist me. Anyway. We, Ooh. What was I going to say? Yeah. We watched West Side Tyler go over some funny things that occurred with a, at the time, 13-year-old and Demon Mama and Demon Mama's friend, Demon Mama's pet, this fawn person. Strange things occurred. I believe Demon Mama met this 13-year-old some time ago in the past on Overwatch. The 13-year-old ended up, hanging out with them on Discord or whatever. That fawn person, I believe, was sending them drawn porn and whatnot. The fawn person also showed this 13-year-old who I think they were perhaps 14, maybe even 15, when this fawn person was streaming to them and showing them their dildos. Demon Mama was aware this was occurring and said, stop it, but it didn't stop, and Demon Mama let it continue. And I believe following that, this individual became an editor for Demon Mama and was screwed over. Was screwed over in terms of pay. Apparently the agreement was not respected. Alright. Wait, what the hell is this? Bold of you to believe this has to do with fan bases. No, some here don't even know either Tiger nor Harmful, but Harmful is the older man here. I'm older by 5 years! What the fuck? Tiger's like 25. Well, 7 years. It brought back Call Me Carson memories. A 20-year-old's life is ruined by lies, and this balding middle-aged man wants to ruin another 20-year-old's life. They're fucking mid-20s. What the fuck? Do they not understand? Tiger said they were 19 in 2019. Do they know? They're 24 or 25. Uh-oh. They're going to be outraged. Alright. So, that Westside Tyler video was mostly just an interview with the man who was the kid, the 13-year-old kid, right? At times, did feel like Tyler had outcomes in mind that he was trying to lead the kid towards. Whaler suggested that. At times, I'd agree with that, but it seemed that the information he had or his experiences did align with it, and what Tyler was pushing for was presumably the result of what he'd already heard from this person. Additionally, we're talking leading the witness. It's a fucking interview that he put up on YouTube. And the earlier stuff, the stuff when this guy was a kid, to me, that's pretty much a do not do that. Simply do not do that. Right. President Sunday had a problem with this. I believe. A problem with the process or the methodology of the interview. I think I haven't spoiled. And if this is boring, we'll just skip it and do something else. I have other stuff. But it was suggested that I watch this by someone in the chat. And having seen the thumbnail, how could I say no? There's also a Gary Eats controversy, kind of. It's a bit old, but it made me laugh. Anyway, let's peep.
NCC talking to Sunday and Tyler was not in my fortune cards. Yeah, not on my bingo cards either.
I was kind of hoping we were just going to wrap this up, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever watched any President Sunday thing. This lady on the left, though, I have seen a clip of, and in that clip she was saying, I really hope Harmful Opinions never looks at my videos. Because apparently someone heard it and thought that was funny.
I wanted to de-escalate this. I'm kind of hoping we still can, but like...
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Look, there's things I can ignore, right? Like, one of the things I can't ignore is people claiming I'm carrying water or running cover for people who are abetting kids being abused. Like, that's kind of...
Okay. I presume I should look at what's on the screen. And read it, perhaps. Okay. I'm not watching Sunday's coverage, but from the little I saw yesterday, I prepared a message. At risk of going literally scorched earth, I'm going to write this out and Sunday can interact with it at his leisure. I am profoundly disgusted with the lack of ethicality displayed by Sunday and a too large subsection of his community regarding... First off, introducing me as being so hot-headed on making evidence claims precludes him being able to break down my video. No, it doesn't. Perspective, as he's clearly stating he thinks I make unevidenced claims and is thus looking for them. You can be aware of biases, and it's good to be aware of biases. Someone could be... Hey, to be clear, I don't know fucking anything about President Sunday. He could be literal paid Demon Mama Defense Force or something and still have a criticism that is sound. Right? You could perhaps criticize his introduction of someone as, you know, coloring his audience against them, but fucking deal with it. We're on YouTube. It's YouTube. Like, deal with it. Clearly. Wage theft allegations. No evidence. My memory would be that there was no. There was only the claim of the guy, right? So far as any sort of agreement of compensation being violated, it was literally just the guy, right? The guy just said that's the case. Update? Yeah, they don't want to talk to me. Oh well. What a shame. Vintage Fender? Who the fuck is Vintage Fender? Anyway. Continuing, Sunday should not be investigating anything regarding these individuals. Why not? Sunday, you are clearly already compromised by friendship with the accused's partner. Stopping a victim statement until I fact check them before they finished by taking something I've never witnessed in my fucking life. It's like fine criticism. Oh, don't worry, ICO rules. I did videos about Bungo Tiger and the incredibly shoddy private investigation work that led to the production of an exoneration document. Not to say they're guilty of grooming or anything, but they're still a fucking weirdo. And the PI is like a fucking joke. You get what I'm saying? The matter of the document itself and Bungo Tiger's documents, and they're a fucking spineless worm. Their fans are annoyed. People who like them are annoyed. The lolicons are annoyed. I was trying to bait a lolicon into coming to talk to me. It's nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this. I just wanted to bully a 27-year-old retard for a while on stream because I thought it would fill time and be fun. Sunday. You cannot call into question... Oh, hang on. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Sunday is ethically required to recuse himself from investigating his personal friends. Huge problem with that statement. In a sense, I feel the opposite is the case. Recuse himself from investigating? We, people on YouTube, we're publishers of media. We're all peers. And especially if you have crossover audience and whatnot. We're peers. I think it's very extremely important for the public good and to serve the public interest that you do in fact investigate people who are your friends. Now, and be critical of them and stuff. Now, I think you do have to mention when you're talking and being critical, not to say Sunday didn't do this. I don't know what Sunday did. I'm just, elaborating the whole thing. Elaborating my whole elaborating on the point. It is correct to say, if you're talking about someone and you're trying to present an investigation of someone, a broader review of who they are, what they've done, blah, 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 and you're their friend, you need to say that. But you totally fucking should, as someone publishing media. And if they're a closer peer, they do the same thing as you, they're in the same sort of corner as you. You should be critical of them. So as not to form, what do I want to say? A conspiracy of silence that screws over the public interest. Small and petty as that public in the context of these channels may be, compared to, say, a newspaper. Right?
Beyond the pale. There's limits, Like all...
Oh, Whaler, please. There are so many comments like this. I remember you back from the Candid days and talking about how important free speech was and how pathetic it was that so many people couldn't maintain their principles about it when it came to stuff they didn't like. Anyways, on a completely unrelated note, I didn't like this video. Hey! You're against mass censorship? You can't make fun of kitty fuck cartoons! What are you fucking talking about?
I was gonna let all this...
If you make fun of me, that means you're pro-censorship. Sorry, you have to like my kitty fuck cartoons.
Go at this point.
Okay,
So basically, Tyler didn't like whatever Sunday said about the video. And Tyler is trying to make some sort of argument that Sunday's coverage was unethical because he has a connection to, I presume, Fawn in this case, or maybe he means Dion Mama, whatever. Some sort of connection to the parties involved. I'm not skimming over this, any mention of like a failure to disclose that connection, and I suspect it's broadly known. That would be an issue potentially, but we'll see.
Giving him his roles. This is panel member. There you go. All right, Tyler, you should have everything that you need. I don't know if you have two.
Okay, this is them getting him in.
Yo, wait a minute.
What is that thing on the left? It's me. Leave me alone. What the fuck?
I think we got a fake Tyler.
No.
Wait, which
I don't
one
think you
is
I don't
he?
think you got a fake Tyler.
bro?
Why would he be
There's two fucking Tylers.
Tyler bro. I think it's Tyler bro.
No, it's outside Tyler.
There you are. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
is
we
it?
got
Well,
you.
who's
I
Tyler,
think
bro?
There was a fake. Did you? Unless you got two accounts.
The
Just get him
stupid
in.
thing sent me to. I thought it was having me put it in as a .ggg website or whatever the fuck it's actually.
I
I accidentally created a second fake account.
Interesting.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
We're
since
here
you're here,
now.
let's-
Chat, can
You believe that Sunday assisted Tyler in research to some degree? Did Tyler mention that in his video? I don't remember. I want to check to have that in mind. Because it could have been. I don't have an eidetic memory. I cannot remember things like this. Am I? I'm not blind. Content. Control F, Sunday. Open transcript. What about president? I don't see any mention of it in there. He didn't. I'm going to go ahead and say ICO rules. If President Sunday did aid him in the production of that video, and now he's talking about how Sunday needs to recuse himself from looking into these people, and him looking at it is unethical. Didn't do the work, but they were in contact over it. Okay, but hypothetically then, this could be a very, very silly look.
we hear
Can I-
Tyler
can I-
say-
yeah, could I open with a question?
Shut the fuck up.
But I'd
because
like
I'm
to
gonna
ask a
way
question
too
if you
fucking
don't
long. I
mind.
don't really give a fuck.
Sunday helped Tyler with his research. I presume that will become apparent in this, but if that is the case, you're kind of stabbing yourself in the dick with the comments we've seen Tyler make in a Discord post. I would suggest that is some self-dick stabbing.
That's okay.
You
But I'd like to
are
ask a question.
literally unqualified to be talking about journalism. You're unqualified
Wonderful.
to be talking about ethicality
Cool.
and reporting.
But I
You're
got
the
a
one
question
that's
for you
pretending to
nonetheless.
be somebody else.
But nonetheless,
Pretending to
Tyler.
be somebody else.
But
and trying to go
nonetheless,
after Natural
Tyler.
Erudite.
But
No,
nonetheless,
that is bugging
Tyler.
you.
But nonetheless, Tyler. I do have a
There is no
question for you.
nonetheless, really. It's
But
just
I
that
do
you
have a
no
question for you,
actual
if you don't
fucking
mind. But I will.
You know who President Sunday reminds me of? Now, don't cry for me. My girlfriend's got me watching Rick and Morty with her now. That's our new series, and I'm starting from episode 1. It's like the second episode. The dog, Fluffles, or whatever, Fuzzles, is given the super intelligence helmet. Where are my balls? He makes me think of that.
No,
really-
fuck that.
I would
I've
really
already
like to
heard
asked a
you asking
question.
questions. I heard you.
But I
asking
haven't
that
asked. I
question
haven't
to
asked you a
guy,
question yet.
and then
Actually,
you started reading something mid-season, and you scared the fucking source away, didn't you?
what source?
Because you are a fucking.
I'm
guy
sorry.
you're
I'm not a
talking to
reporter,
sometimes,
Tyler,
yeah.
as you just said. I wasn't speaking to a source.
Oh, so then
I
why
have a
are you
question
talking
for
about
you.
sources? Then why are you talking about any of this?
I
Why
have
did you
the
learn
only
your
the only
education on this
source.
Why is his voice getting higher and higher pitched? This is good as fuck. Just on a purely musical level. The monotone of Sunday. The monotone and slow cadence of Sunday versus the escalating pitch and increasing pace of Tyler. It's music.
the only source.
Did it appear
the
the
only
second
source.
that I fucking called one of your
Tyler,
friends into question? Is that what
brother,
happened?
breathe.
We're not brothers. I'm breathing fine, baby.
Breathe. We are all
I'm
brothers
breathing
in
fine.
Christ.
Stop pretending that
Breathe.
You're the fucking well-grounded
Breathe.
one.
Find
You're the one
your
that freaked
peace.
the fuck out on your. You freaked out on
Tyler.
your show.
Yeah.
Lost your mind.
I'm sure everybody
You're
is
the one
listening to
that's
this
been
and
trying
thinking
to go
I'm
behind
freaking
my
out.
back.
Yes.
Yeah. Shut up. You're the one
Tyler.
that's been going behind my back, freaking the fuck out, talking
Going
to
behind
my
your
mods and
back?
shit,
What?
Trying to
What are you
fucking
talking about?
offer my mods to jump across.
What? What are you talking
I know
about?
that you have been talking.
Offer my mods to jump. No offense, Burner. This isn't a jab at you. I'm very glad I don't have mods when I hear things like this. I can't... Dude. Tex mod poaching. I can't imagine the things I'd say to someone in a fight over mod poaching or mod conversion or whatever. I need to protect myself from ever being in a position where people will say certain things to me that will activate goblin mode within me.
Invited. That's
my
because I
mods
invited you
about-
to the call, Tyler. There was no secret for transparency.
After the fact.
What?
You didn't send it directly to me. You didn't say, Tyler, hey, I want to talk to your mods. You said, I want to put out a call to all mods and anyone
In a public server.
Tyler out of
Yeah,
my,
that's wonderful,
I've already
Tyler.
kicked Tyler
That's
out
great.
of my Discord.
That's great. Are you finished? I've
Hey,
got a
here's
question for you.
Here's a real question. 2 months? 2
Are
months?
you
know about
just
this fucking thing, and
are
then
you just
never
gonna like
listen to people?
If this Tyler guy is worried about credibility, looking proper, avoiding appearance of impropriety, I would suggest merely even appearing on something broadcasted, talking like this is devastating for someone's ability to take anything he says seriously, if he genuinely cares about that.
spool for the next 3 hours, or am I going to be able to get a word in here?
I'm talking to you the way that you deserve to be talked to, man.
Yeah, but you don't deserve to be spoken to at all. So, Tyler, moderator, may I ask a question?
Moderator, may I ask a question?
May
ask
I?
me.
Please?
Ask me
Yes,
permission.
yes, yes, we
All
will
right.
do it
Ask
for
me
you.
permission.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, let's try to make this conversation as much as we can. I know there's like a lot of heat coming here.
Well,
a lot
it's
of
frankly
emotions.
because Tyler's
He's been lying
afraid.
about me
It's
for fucking
frankly
days, so.
because he's terrified
Lying
if I
about
ask
me
him a
for
question,
days.
he can't answer it.
Lying
That's why.
about me for days.
He's
Go ahead,
he's
ask your question.
terrified. He's terrified. You have been unwilling to address me directly on stream for days. You're terrified.
No, I
What
haven't. I've been
being
talking-
the behavior engaging
I've
in right
been
now.
fucking
This is the
busy.
behavior. This is the behavior of a coward.
Oh, now who's unspooling?
You are a coward, sir. Now
No, I'm
listen.
not.
Now
Literally,
I would like to
first
ask my
and-
question.
First and foremost, I'm a
Now
fucking
here's my.
combat veteran.
You
What-
were
what-
a you
who
were
am I afraid of?
broken.
I don't even care if it's true. Just don't say it. Don't say that in an internet slap fight freak out. Don't. It never ever works. The people who could pull off saying that and shut someone up are people who don't need to say that. Right? It's like a catch-22. If you need to say that to bolster yourself or shut someone up, it won't work if you say it.
You
I'm
are a
afraid of
broken,
Frasier?
mentally damaged, afraid,
Oh, here we go. Oh, now
unprofessional
we gotta go.
coward.
Now we gotta go to the well poisoning. Look, hey,
Now I
fucking
do have a
Sunday, he's got
question
nothing
for
to
you,
say.
Tyler. Now I
Oh,
do
I just-
on
oh, I
the
need
on the
everybody to
subject of.
Now we're into the well poisoning. Here's my public Discord post. I presume it's public. Okay.
Well
Be
poisoning.
nice to
On
Tyler.
the
He was on
subject,
morphine
yeah.
today. Who
Well,
knows how
that's
long
that's
this
that. Yeah, that you've exhausted that. That is over now.
somebody
Yes.
shared their,
Now I do
he
have
shared
a
his
question
mental
for you,
illness with me.
Tyler.
I need
Yes.
to understand that
Yes.
Tyler, he has a little bit of a
Yes.
team. Who knows what
Yeah,
he's
your
saying.
voice isn't deep enough for that, my friend. So here's the
That's 'cause
question
I don't
for
spend
you.
all the time fucking drinking, do I?
Well, maybe you should begin. You'll sound like a man. Here's the
I'm
question
almost
for
a
you.
year sober.
Congratulations.
Maybe you should.
What is? I'm lost, man.
quit, and then you could start acting like an adult.
No, I'm not a drunk. I don't drink very much. Here's a question
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
that's what they all say, isn't it?
It is. I can quit anytime. Listen. Here's
I
my
know, yeah,
here's
that's
my
also what they all say.
here's my question. Yeah, that's the
Is Tyler like? Is the twist? He's not actually on the wagon.
that's the joke. Here's
Yeah.
my question.
Yeah, people call Sunday hyper autistic or whatever. He's less autistic than this Tyler guy.
Question for you, Tyler. You say, and I quote, I have had several conversations with you. This is what you posted in your server.
Yeah.
I have had several conversations with you where you ran cover for these individuals, meaning Demon Mama Fawn et al., downplayed even the possibility of abuse, all the while...
Are these private conversations? If they're private conversations, I would suggest it's not accurate to me, running cover means doing public PR. Doing it to audiences. But tiny nitpick.
Suggesting the more severe issues likely didn't extend as far as I suspected. Tyler, I went through all of my DMs specifically to show.
Yeah, does it say DMs, you dumb motherfucker?
Well, then where did we have these conversations? Well, hang on, no. This is good.
Does it say
Where did
DMs,
we?
you fucking idiot?
It does not. So where did we have these conversations?
You dumb fuck.
We called each other, I think, once or twice. The first was to talk about. Tyler, what are you referring to?
I'm referring to.
You said several conversations, Tyler. Where were these several conversations?
Every fucking time I talk to you, fucking, you're trying to run cover for
But clearly not. But
may I see it?
I think you're
Oh God!
You're disrespecting a future U.S. Army soldier.
Hey, technically that's not stolen valor on the part of the kid. I don't think saying I'm going to be a soldier is stolen valor. I think you can. It sounds cringe, but you can get away with it.
But clearly not, Tyler. But clearly not, Tyler. Because at no point you.
In a way, so far, this seems very refreshing in the sense that the level of awareness that you're speaking for an audience seems relatively low for streamers, right?
You have any textual evidence that I did so. In fact, I've been encouraging you. I was encouraging you in DMs the entire time. Tyler, Kermit, chill. Miss Piggy's not coming back. Listen, Tyler.
Baby, come back. What's up?
I do want it to get to something substantial though. Please.
Are you actually on like morphine right now? Like, what's the deal?
Dude, stop trying to do the fucking.
But I'm sorry. Listen, the reason why I'm asking, Tyler, the reason why I'm asking,
He's serious?
Reason why I'm asking.
It would be cringe if he was being sarcastic, but now it's even more.
The reason why I'm asking, the reason why I'm asking, the reason why I am asking.
I know why you're asking it. The reason
why I'm asking, the reason why I'm asking, the reason why I'm asking.
I don't know if I can do it.
Is because you are coming across as severely unhinged and mentally ill.
No, I'm not.
And is this because of? Yes, you are.
Like this.
Yeah, if you do, Tyler. Tyler, you do. But the reason why you do this, the reason why you do this is because you actually can't keep up mentally. You can't keep up mentally with the conversation, and so your strategy is to fill space with noise in the hopes that people who are listening will think that because you exude whatever it is that you think this is, that therefore you are actually following the conversation, but you're not. Tyler, you lied about me. You flat out lied.
If it's gonna be this, I can't do it. It's kind of enjoyable on the back of cringe, but not getting into something where I really have anything to say. So, let me check how long this other video is. Okay. I'm thinking I can peep the transcript for a sec. Show me, prove it, show me live. Four minutes from this point, they're still talking about prove that I've had several conversations running cover. Yada 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 yada. Blah, 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 blah. You're a clown because you lied about me, Tyler. I take lies rather seriously. Look up friend. Okay. I'm your last friend. That could be a fun one.
Some water. No comment check. How long are we doing this? My throat's going. Fuck.
I'm still going. I'm gonna be going for a while. You can take care of your needs. Tyler, did you want to? You were talking about.
Tyler, last word. I don't give a fuck. Fucking loser.
Come on, get back in here. I'm your last friend.
You trust me, you are
Well, you
not,
got
and
Daedalus,
thank
you
fucking God.
Daedalus.
Tyler, you want to know something I told your mods?
I mean, you wouldn't
Yeah.
have said it in front of my face.
I think that's a funny line. I think I'd need to be more invested in these people to begin with. I think I'm not the right person for this. You can go check that out on your own if you wish to. It's been a long time. Okay. Need to change all the titles real quick. Learning about Strive. Smiley face. Now I need to fucking do this on all my things. Been a long time since I played Guilty Gear Strive. A fellow called Technicals made a video, however, that should tell me what I'm missing out on. And I'll be able to decide, should my eyes get to the point where I'm okay to play a game like Strive? Should I? Is it a flourishing community I would want to be part of? Maybe, maybe not. What? Let's go. Fuck. I caught it so many times and I fucking dropped it. Put the glasses back on. It's fine. It's fine. Chill. Tim, the linked tweet. Hold up. Legal mindset. Let me have a peep. Oh. Hang on, I've been a moron. I've opened too many tabs and now I'm paying the price. Let me get the Strive thing over to Firefox. I think the medicine I have to take at night, which is meant to make me sleep, is making me really sleepy in the daytime as well. But that's fine. Alright. Osrid, you think I should look at this? What is it? Legal mindset. Black myth Wukong explicitly banning feminist propaganda, amongst other things. Thoughts? What is this brief? Hold up. Let me log in as well, because I need to be able to see the comments. Zero. Log in. Right. So this is a brief for presumably influencers who have been given a key for the game. Notice, by using the game key and creating content, you acknowledge that you have been informed of the following content and your statements are not related to the marketing team. Okay. Do's and don'ts. Do enjoy the game. Do not insult other influencers or players. Do not use any offensive language or humor. Do not include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other content that instigates negative discourse. Do not use trigger words. Do not use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19. Do not discuss content related to China's game industry policies, opinions, news, etc. I love the CCP! I love the CCP! Guys, they said no feminist propaganda. That means they are based in all respects, of course. Of course. Censorship done right, I approve. Also, where is this from? China knows how to play up to the culture here. Good for them. Good for them. Good for them, putting these chains on people discussing these things. One day, if you want to play a video game as a regular person, you will have to abide by this TOS. Okay, this brief for influencers will become the normal. All right. Dunk. Now, I'm liking the thumbnail. I'm liking the thumbnail. Technicals, as far as I'm aware, is a controversial figure in the fighting game scene. Is that correct? Any fightoids, is that correct? I always see people talking negatively about him. But whenever I take any kind of peep at what he's doing, doesn't look like anything to get too angry about. Seems to be wading into discussion on things that are occurring. And in this case, seems to be investigating the Guilty Gear degenerates. Now, I hang around with you guys. I'm comfortable around degenerates, but that doesn't mean I'm comfortable around every single kind of degenerate. I need to know. I need to know if it's okay to go back. Will I be safe in Guilty Gear Strive? If this is also not fun, and I don't have anything to say, we will look at the Gary Eats micro controversy. He's based investigates Smash for freaks. I can't respect that. I don't respect that. I'm trying to think of a phrase. God, I'm so sleepy. Fuck. Alright, guys, help me out. I'm mentally retarded today. What is a place where you find lots of something? And it can be any place where you find lots of anything. Hey! Hang on. He investigates creeps in Smash. Don't respect it. That's like finding and investigating Muslims in Britain. It's too easy. Too many of them.
Today we're talking about the Guilty Gear degenerate.
Where were you when the McDonald's donut dropped? Yeah, we got one of those McDonald's birthday donuts. It was fine. Probably the best McDonald's donut I'd ever had. But as a ring donut that's meant to be full of jelly, it was not full of jelly.
Recently, several allegations have surfaced against top players of the fighting game Guilty Gear Strive. And yes, these are blank sheets of paper, but it
Big
never
old
hurts
collection.
to have a prop. I'd like to heavily emphasize that there's a distinct difference between the general Guilty Gear community that's existed since 1998 and the newer Strive community. One of the accusers threatened...
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, and I think there have been multiple choices that aided in that.
...me with a lawyer because I said I'd probably...
Do not use my trauma for content. I will get a lawyer.
...probably cover some of the stories coming out. I didn't even say who I was talking about, seeing as there's at least 7 different people posting stories.
Oh, snap. Wait, all in this tight time frame? I didn't even see this. I guess they're cloistered pretty effectively. Dodging the donut question. What was it? All right.
How do you have the resources to sue me for potentially talking about your case, but not for the person who allegedly is the source of all your trauma? You're not gonna go to the police, cause that...
Let me peep.
Not for the person...
This bunny person says, I've seen many posts and comments stating, why not file police reports? Why post documents on the internet? Hypothetically here, if I filed a report and it did not hold up, people would discredit my sexual assault more than they have. Posting what I did not only brought immediate attention to it, in brackets needed, but it also brought immediate action within our community. It warned others about red I am not behavior and gave avenue for other victims to have enough strength to come out. Do not silence us! How could I? How could anyone? Furthermore, if people do not file a report is between the victims and the legal system. To a degree. Depends what else you do. Depends what else you do.
Person who allegedly is the source of all your trauma. You're not gonna go to the police, cause that'd be a waste of time, of course. But you're willing to dedicate upwards of a year on a frivolous lawsuit? Yeah, sure, alright. You then DM'd me to ask what my intentions were, said you were...
I would like to speak with you. I want to know your complete intentions for making this video. Some fans of yours are contacting me in targeted harassment. You make a public profile. Your expectation of privacy changes. Your existence on social media, due to the existence of so many tools that allow you to customize your experience, filter out what you want, what you don't want, changes the standards for what can be considered harassment in that context. Getting spammed with tweets, for instance, not harassment, where it may be if someone followed you around in real life was like, hey, 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 hello, 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 right? Not leaving them alone in real life, sure. Someone tweeting at you a bunch, not harassment. Someone messaging you on Twitter a bunch, not harassment. Exceptions for extreme outliers, for instance, consistent ban evasion, you know, but anything that is bad enough for me to say, yeah, it's bad and should be stopped is beyond harassment anyway, right? Anyway, when I have an active conversation, I saw the things you have said about others. I know threatening a lawyer looks guilty, but I only want to not have my personal affairs just be used for views. Hey, dumb fuck. You posted information about it publicly. You put it out there. It's media for the world to see. Of course people need to be able to talk about it. If you wish to get the truth, I might even be willing to offer further information and clarification. What I said is my truth and nothing else. I am not worried about if people think I'm lying or not. I'm worried about my safety. The more money you make off things I post, the less safe I am. Okay.
Were getting harassed after threatening me didn't work, then offered to help clarify details, and the same day privated your account and blocked me before I could even ask you a single question. However, thankfully, you're no Logan Paul, so I'm going to call your bluff and talk about everything just because I can. USA! 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 I love America.
Does not make you safe from the law.
But I'm a sucker for suspense.
I was really disappointed with that video. Ian Miles Chong said, they will have you, they will have you arrested, they will lock you away. They will have you extradited anywhere you are in the world for your harmful opinions. I was like, oh shit, do I have a clip of a police entity saying harmful opinions? Nope, he doesn't say it anywhere in the video. That phrase is not spoken. Very disappointing. People echoed it. There were so many people mentioning harmful opinions. I was like, damn, let's go. I have an amazing clip I can use in a video or something. Nope, he never says it.
So we'll save the best for last. Despite the rough start, you might be surprised to find that the Guilty Gear players are in fact guilty. Crazy stuff, I know. But the real question is...
Nah, Guilty's a Street Fighter player.
Of what crime? Well, considering that one of today's cases involves a group of polyamorous fighting game players who lack basic social awareness, you can imagine the smell would be only one of many. I've seen what you guys did
You could have just told us it's Strive players, which you already, you know.
Evo. You make me sick.
The Evo piss chair.
But don't worry, because Papa Tech is gonna fix it. I'm not getting near these documents without at least a spritz.
This is a sponsor bit. I can smell it. Figuratively.
Can you guys tell me if there's something on the lens still? No? Okay. As a gamer myself, between the 12 hours of Valorant and the occasional bathroom break, it can feel impossible to find time.
I thought the anal torment was due to something else based on his choice of Valorant as the main game.
To fit in a shower. But what if I told you you could smell like a Chad King without requiring any basic hygiene? Well, don't get your hopes up because I'm a YouTuber, not a miracle worker. A shower takes 5 minutes. Get in. But I can give you...
Don't worry, it's going to be worth it. We're multi-rape drifting. We are multi-rape drifting. Alright?
The secret post-shower confidence booster you didn't know you needed. Scentbird is an affordable fragrance subscription that gives you a wide variety of designer brands like Prada, Versace, Gucci.
Damn.
That's right, you can even smell Gucci.
Amazing.
Oh. They come in these neat little bags and have a portable magnetic locking mechanism. You just twist and spritz. Toss it in your pocket to re-up later,
Damn.
you're good to go. Personally, my favorite out of the ones that I received is the Javon Rhino. Whoa, what are you wearing, bro?
Do advertisers want ad reads that are this fucking long? Do they want it?
It smells nice. Oh, you know, it's just Javon Rhino. I'm a sucker for the woodsy smells, like I've been out cutting wood all day. That's why I also got the Amber Royale to try. It's got notes of cedar, orchid,
The fuck is this? Just say Tom Ford.
jasmine, and Javon Rhino has sage leaves, creamy sandalwood, bergamot, fresh figs, and tonka beans.
Credit!
Rhino has sage leaves, creamy sandalwood, bergamot.
That does appear to be bergamot. Most of the time when people visually represent bergamot, they show what's called a macroot lime. They show a macroot lime, like a really grody lime-looking thing. That's not bergamot. That was a mistake.
Fresh figs and
They got
tonka
echoed.
beans. It's supposed
What was on screen just then is bergamot.
to be a nod to the rhino's environment back in Ujung Kulon National Park. I didn't know it was an actually endangered species. There's like 60 of them left, but they look awesome. So save my homie Javon. If you look it up, full-size bottles of designer stuff like this usually go anywhere from $100 to like $200 plus dollars. Unless you're planning to get free samples at the mall, this is a great alternative.
Ooh, okay. We were meant to talk about and look at Strive weirdos. However, these services are kinda weird to me. In that, yeah, if you're just looking to try a bunch of stuff, I think just going to the mall, if you have dedicated perfume stores near you, try a bunch of stuff. Bergamot is also an Earl Grey. Yes, bergamot oil is what gives it that citrus flavor. You go to the mall, if that's where the stores are, the fragrance stores, go to the fragrance store, whatever. You want to try a bunch of stuff, but when I have something I like, I want a significant quantity of it so that I'll be able to smell like that at will. Whenever I want, for an extended period of time. Right? I have 2 colognes. I have 1667, not 1776. 1667's honey tobacco, and I have Tom Ford's ombre leather eau de parfum. Those are my 2 things. If there was something else I really like the smell of, I'd get a 50 or 100ml bottle of that too. If I liked it enough that I'd want to smell like that a significant number of times, I'd like it enough to get a full bottle. So for me, this service would just be a really expensive version of getting samples from a fragrance store.
How do I smell so good? Is that Javon? I smell so good. I shouldn't have done that.
Use responsibly. Use responsibly. If you guys are interested in looks maxing and getting into some designer fragrances, I've been wearing these for the past couple weeks. They actually smell really good. And
Stink maxing.
if you use my code Technicals, you get 55% off, which is only about $8 on your first order for a 30-day supply. And if you don't like it, you can cancel whenever. No problem. Thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. Now I got a few people who I think could use these a little more than me. Be right back. Hey, cameraman, you getting this? Hey, you getting this, cameraman?
Hop off my nuts, nigga. I know what I'm doing.
I disavow SpongeBob. I cannot tolerate such language.
Shit, fucking dumbass. Alright, first, we have Tempest. As you can see, 2 sticky notes, a little bit of string. Over here, Luca. Lots more sticky notes.
Gotcha.
Lots more string.
I understand.
Serious stuff. Maybe a little more.
Stop him.
Never be too sure. Javon? Is Javon here? Present. Shit, Javon, careful. Tempest has been
He has that little bit of iDubbbz DNA.
accused of SA by Claire and Anima. Why do people do that?
Let me look.
Tempest has
My experience with Tempest NYC at Frosty Faustings. 2023.
been accused of SA by Claire.
Anima. Please don't message me on any platforms for a little bit. I'm going to log off this account for a little bit too. After serious long consideration and conversations with multiple people, I've decided this is the right thing to do. So they've also exposed Tempest NYC.
Claire and Anima. Why do people do that? Just say sexual assault. That's what we're talking about, right? Every time I hear this, it sounds like they're speaking
I wanted to try Stronger with You, and it was everywhere, and then I couldn't find it anywhere, so I didn't try it.
Spanish. Yo, essay. Hey, bro, what are you in for?
Nothing, man. I was just essaying a few people. It's whatever.
It sounds stupid every time. Stop it.
True.
Stop. I attempted to reach out to Claire for further clarification, no pun intended, but I was blocked just for asking. Go figure. And Anima's story is a pretty open and shut case.
Alright.
Starting off with Claire, it all began at Frosty Faustings 2023, where at an after party, a drunk Tempest was going about the room, complimenting competitors on their play. Once they reached Claire, Tempest allegedly grabbed her by the ass and skirt, lifted them up, and twirled her around.
I'd do that to my girlfriend. So what I'm imagining is hug position, arms lower below the butt cheeks, lift. I presume it's like that.
After being set down,
1 second. I throw my hands up. and like I just don't care. Put my hands in the air, like, but whatever, it's fine. I'm sleepy, leave me alone. I throw my hands up and have a wide-eyed look, trying to signal that this is making me uncomfortable. Tempest puts me down and I kind of step back a bit. Hit him, or hit her with the mix. Hit her with the Faust. They're extremely drunk and I look around. I realize in this moment I'm in a dangerous situation that I've never been in as a woman at this point, and I start to freeze up. He's drunk, he could drop me and break my spine at any moment. I then proceed to step back and sit on the bench behind me, in front of the bed. Okay.
ass and skirt, lifted them up, and twirled her around. After being set down, Claire backed away to a nearby bench and was shortly followed by Tempest, who, quote, started rubbing Claire.
Oh God, no one who I consider as a safe person is in this room right now. They're all fighting game players, so yeah, of course.
Claire's thigh by her skirt and arm, then leaned in and whispered into their ear repeatedly, I love you. When I sent a question to Claire, it was because when you read the DMs between both of them, she recounted the experience as being picked up by the waist at the after party. But in this Google Doc, she's now specifying it was the ass and skirt. And the only explanation for the
So, we need maths, okay? Hang on, we need body maths.
When I sent a question,
how big is she and how big is the person that picked her up? Is the waist lift possible here? In DMs as well, in case you missed a reply, but I was curious about the specifics behind your encounter with Tempest. In DMs, it's presented as lifting by your waist, but in the document, they grabbed by you by your ass and skirt. If you could provide clarification on this front, I'd greatly appreciate it. So that's specifically what he asked.
Question to Claire, it was because when you read the DM...
Well, here I might as well say this now because it's on my mind. I do think it needs to be said. After you picked me up by the waist at the hotel room after the party and swung me around, I've noticed you're pretty flirty with me, so I can't discern the actual intent or not, but I just need to lay things out for my comfort. So how old are these people? So regardless of whether or not that was the vibes you were intending to give off, I'm not looking for that Tempest. I do want to be really good friends with you, and especially support you through blank. Because I know having blank was very critically important. Wait. OMG, I'm sorry, let me explain. I'm very playful in general. Haven't known each other very long, so this is very obvious. I didn't want to give off the vibes of flirtiness, but more of comfort. I deeply apologize if I've given this energy feel. Like I said, it's just very much worth laying things out because I can only discern so much. This interaction does make me doubt they lifted me by my asshole and then were stroking me saying they love me. I don't think this is the interaction I would have had after that, personally.
Between both of them, she recounted the experience as being picked up by the waist at the after party. But in this Google Doc, she's now specifying it was the ass and skirt. And the only explanation for these conflicting accounts is that they were using lighter terms because they were scared, anxious, and didn't want to be confrontational.
It's possible. But at that point, if I'm going to accept that you can say things that are just nothing because of your state of mind, I can't then trust the next thing you say. That doesn't make me throw out the old and accept the new. It makes me throw out both.
Sorry, the Javon is still in my throat. It's deep in there. Come on, Javon. If that is the case, why is someone who is timid, anxious...
Unless... Like, if you're talking about, I was fucking scared on Discord. If it's like a recording of you and you're in the room with someone who's way bigger than you, and you say some shit and you're like, yeah, I didn't want to get killed, or something. They'd fuck me up if I said the truth. That's different. Discord, when you're writing paragraph after paragraph, and come on, man.
And adverse to conflict, bringing up the topic 3 days later, completely out of nowhere, with the expressed purpose of establishing boundaries around comfortability and the nature of their friendship. What good would it do to misconstrue the severity of the situation in private if the goal was to create mutual understanding and remain, quote, really good friends? You also said you're a very communicative...
Indeed, that is not merely being non-confrontational
person when it comes to serious things like this to Tempest. Then a day later, you're saying you have a serious problem with them to a different person you're confiding in. I guess I'm just confused why you'd even waste the time lying to them in the first place. That doesn't really strike me as a great communicator. The distinction between ass and waist, I think, is also pretty important because those aren't lighter terms, like you mentioned. Those are different terms because they are, in fact, different parts of your body. One would have far more sexual implications in both the law and social situations, and those pretending otherwise are simply being dishonest. So when you're asking for public support and your story visibly changes, I think it's fair if someone needs further clarification. You're not above the basic standards of proof just because you forego the legal process to post it on the internet. Now in Tempest's response, they...
Technical disagreement. It would be nice if you weren't. I'm not so sure it is the case that you are not.
They admit to being fairly intoxicated.
At least not necessarily. Sometimes you are. It depends on your popularity, I guess, and your current level of goodwill within the target audience.
Also, it's possible that Tempest doesn't properly recall the events of that evening given their drunken state, yet reaffirms it was the waist that was grabbed, doesn't remember rubbing Claire's thigh or arm, but admits to saying I love you, and apologizes and takes full accountability for making her uncomfortable, regardless.
Okay.
Waist that was grabbed, doesn't remember rubbing Claire's thigh or arm, but admits to saying I love you, and
Hang on, what was the however? However, I was still intoxicated. I understand it is irrelevant. Yeah, but I doubt you're fucking blackout to the point where you wouldn't remember it.
Doesn't remember rubbing Claire's thigh or arm, but admits to saying I love you and apologizes and takes full accountability for making her uncomfortable, regardless of what the details might have been. This was the exact same sentiment expressed to me when I reached out privately.
Okay.
It's pretty obvious advice, but if you get drunk to a point where you're consistently crossing boundaries, as we'll see happen again in the next story, you need to seriously consider being more responsible with your alcohol consumption. Not everyone is your friend, and you shouldn't be treating them as such. This particular case happened over a year and a half ago. And given the circumstances and the confession from Tempest, I can absolutely understand why Claire would feel uncomfortable. What I don't understand is how it's been so traumatic that it's managed to affect...
Oh my... Okay. I'm going to preface this with this has been something that has been eating away at me to talk about for the past year and a half, and I've been terrified to do so given who is involved. He'll lift me up again and never pull me down. It has affected me traumatically and has affected most of my life. At Frosty Fausting 2023 was the first event I did after starting HRT and fully started presenting Femme. Prior to this event, I had Is this Tempest guy gay and they found it like a major insult that he showed them attention? Prior to this event, I had interacted more with Tempest in the Strive Discord server when hanging out with Red Ditto and Nibbenheimer, whatever the hell that is. I was still playing anime music quiz. Eventually, as we got closer to the event, I could only describe the way that Tempest would talk to him and message me as playfully flirtatious. I thought it was a little odd, but wasn't fully sure. The weekend arrives, and then partway through the weekend, I get DM'd a couple times by Tempest to hang out, come to the Strive Suite, etc., and then eventually part ways through the weekend. I got a DM that wanted to tell me something personal later. The guy you believed was flirting with you and were happy to then hang out with, having followed those online interactions, played with you flirtatiously and lifted you up by the waist. Okay. I would not describe that as traumatic, but you do you.
Most of your life since it's happened. You have way more going on here if one drunk dude at an after party is causing this much emotional distress to where you're crying in the shower multiple times.
Crying in the shower. He was a sweaty nerd, and the water pouring down onto me reminded me of his touch. I need to peep something very quickly. I think it's very important. Let's go. Tempest. Let's see. The big black guy is Tempest. Okay. So he's way bigger. He's way bigger. So instead of providing evidence, you run away. I invited you to talk. You refused. I'll still be online for a while. I don't even know what you want evidence for. It would be easier on voice. Alright.
Seriously, stop spending all your time on Discord and go see a therapist. Unfortunately, that's not even the worst story. The next person, Anima, makes it pretty evident why...
You have to bait more. Right. Sorry. What? You already replied it's too late? Oh, fine.
Alcohol and anime fighters don't mix. At Combo Breaker 2024, it was Anima's birthday, and she had been drinking a little whiskey. Tempest asked if it'd be okay to come over to her hotel room. She agreed, and eventually her, Tempest, and a friend were all hanging out together with no problems. That is, until Tempest called over Anima and proceeded to hold her close.
Hang on. Hold up. Ah. Hang on. Ooh. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Close and tell her they loved her.
You gotta go full normie. How normie do I go? Okay, so I'm talking to a lolicon. Reading is not hard. I'm sorry, your reading comprehension is below average. I have a learning disability. I have a learning disability. Could you please come talk to me? I have to get my mom to type these tweets. And she's going to work soon. We are very poor. She works 2 jobs. I just want to understand what's so good about Loli. Perhaps it could improve my life. Please talk to me. Is that okay?
Having an erection. Then Tempest whispered quietly, "Your ass is fat. Hold on, cause it gets much worse." Later that nightly, your ass.
Into our room, we had some drinks, our friend came by, and we laughed and talked a bunch. The night was going fine. Afterwards, however, I went to pour myself another drink, and then Tempest asked me to go to them. They then held me close and told me they loved me through their shorts. I could tell they were aroused. This disgusted me. Wasn't sure if it was intentional or not. And intentional erection? And even now, I never admitted to them that I felt that I was made very uncomfortable. While they were holding me, they said quietly to me, "Your ass is fat. Your ass is fat."
Ass is fat. Hold on, cause it gets much worse. Later that night, Tempest explains how they were too drunk and might need a place to crash for the night. Anima then offers her room as a quick solution, because 2 of the planned guests weren't going to be staying there until Thursday. Unsurprisingly, Tempest decided to sleep in her bed, and without asking, began to spontaneously cuddle, which after approximately 1 minute, Tempest whispered something.
I'm personally okay if someone is touchy as long as they don't take it too far.
Again
Any other exposure of yourself inappropriately, like the boner hug from earlier.
In her ear, followed by kissing her 3 times slowly on the face. God damn, that's weird. That's pretty much where the story ends.
Just
and it's
nibbling
wrapped up
her.
by a small confrontation in DMs over boundaries. This isn't even contested in Tempest's response. They admit the screenshots.
He whispered, "I love Popeyes," and started sucking on her face. Wait. Lot of these strange guys on Twitter, man. I still don't see any evidence. Of what? Which of my claims?
DMs over boundaries. This isn't
He's sending you every anime?
even contested in Tempest's response. They admit the screenshots discussing it are completely accurate, states there was no...
Everything she said is more recent and the screenshots are accurate. I will mention that my intent was not to hurt her or manipulate her or truly make sexual advances. Whispering to her and then kissing her in bed together while I like cuddled her. That was not a true sexual advance.
Sexual intent and provides an apology. Well, I don't know about not having sexual intent because in DMs you were
Fucking absurd bullshit on its face. Forget the DMs. If he was doing that stuff, absolute face value, obviously.
saying Anima was in the middle of a fine line between romantic interest and a close friend. So if you're staying up to ponder your feelings for this person, how can you then say for sure there was no sexual intent after the fact? Especially if you're not going...
No. Look. Yes. Yes, I had a boner. Yes, I picked her bed and put my arms on her and was touching her and was trying to kiss her and whisper sweet nothings. That's all you need. You don't need to go this far. You've got it.
Arousal mentioned in Anima's story.
You've got it.
None of that tracks. And kissing the homies goodnight is one thing, but drunkenly cuddling and kissing an unwilling participant is textbook sexual assault. Tempest has since decided to part ways with their sponsor FlyQuest and is going to be stepping away from the FGC's social media indefinitely, which I think is the appropriate choice. But I hope more people will see this as a cautionary tale.
Nah, we need to make it more like wrestling. We need stronger characters. Just he could be a heel. He could be a heel. Right? Oh. Jiggerbones on Twitter has stepped in to defend me. Can you please stop harassing my little autistic nonverbal brother? I'd threatened to come kick your ass, but the cerebral palsy makes it hard to get out of my wheelchair. Thank you for standing up to me, Jiggerbones. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot.
Hopefully understand the dangers with blurring the lines between friends, lovers, and alcohol.
Now we have Luca. Give Luca a little spritz of the Amber Royale. Give Luca a little Battle Royale. Where are we dropping, Luca?
I had to record this in 2 parts because at the time of recording this, I've been notified that...
Yeah, I'd say okay. Case 1, it's a slam dunk. The guy admitted to this stuff.
That Luca is working on a response video.
Easy.
So I'll be right back after that drops. Forgot my Javon.
3:28 a.m.
Okay, I have watched Luca's video, and now I'm back. Our next suspect is Luca, aka Red I Am Not on Twitter, who has at least...
No, but... Okay, on the first, with the first person, whatever, the second one, they got him.
5 people that posted a statement about them. This is...
With his absurd comment that he had no... Hey, yeah, I was like rubbing my boner on them. I had a boner hug or whatever and all that stuff. And, like... put arms around them, kissing. He doesn't contest their characterization, and that he said, I didn't have any real, sexual intentions towards them is just bullshit on its face. So yeah, that guy's owned.
Is either a bandwagon or the most devious motherfucker in Guilty Gear history. I don't know why you would choose to be polyamorous in esports of all places. Did you just wake up one day and say, you know what would be nice? Dating multiple people with no
Hang on. I'm doing it. Consuming lolicon makes you a scared little bitch. Bitch who knows you look like a retard. Hang on. Who knows you'll look like a retarded pedophile in front of hundreds of thousands. Not hundreds of thousands, hundreds or thousands of people, potentially. If you come talk to me, prove me wrong, or your cowardice is concrete evidence. Of this fact. Hang on. Oh, quote tweet. Do the retweet, do the quote tweet.
Social skills, dating experience, or real hobbies. How could this possibly go wrong? Let's start with the most notable accuser, the top player, Umisho. Umisho alleges that Luca, for a period of 3 to 5 months, was showering her with a...
Oh, it's one of my trigger activation words. It's one of my trigger activation words. We got love bombing. Love bombing me, dumping attention on me, and just generally showering me with affection.
Affection and propositions, which she liked, as she was desperate for it. But in hindsight, says it's clear they were only interested in me for sexual reasons and piling on pretty words to try and get me to want to do things with them. Fast forward to Frosty Faustings 2024, where yet another story is now taking place. Might as well be a tradition at this point. At this event, Umisho agreed to hook up with Luca, but by the time it rolled around, she changed her mind after talking to some friends. Then says Luca spent the entire weekend attempting to get her alone for what they assumed was the planned hookup.
Trying, okay. Succeeding or what?
And even allegedly felt her up in a hotel room full of people as she repeatedly asked them to stop. Luca states in their response that most of the time spent
groping
together was with mutual friends, and denies that any groping even took place.
The time I did spend with her at the event itself was almost always surrounded by mutual friends we had. It's also entirely false that I tried to feel her up in a hotel room.
What if he went Giga Chad and said, it's entirely false that I tried, I succeeded? They can. So no evidence. Okay. Whatever. The fucking response is so no evidence. You are my evidence. Shame.
And was rejected. We
wasted. Sorry for wasting your time with this. Sorry for wasting your time with this when nothing fun was ever gonna come out. But you have to try. Sometimes fun things only happen when you try.
Only had a few intimate encounters at the event hotel itself. Both were in her hotel room.
Them both making out in a room full of people is actually corroborated by a different message from Bunny. And this evidence is a little further removed, but another player testified back in May that Razo indicated Umisho never expressed a concern for sexual assault. Next, Umisho says that in the dead hours of 5 a.m., Luca scared everyone in her hotel room by showing up at the door drunk to talk to her.
Scaring the shit out of me and a few others. He's okay. After digging in deep and being super picky with terminology and rather not terminology, with quotes and stuff. Technicals is playing a little bit fast and loose here, but maybe it doesn't matter.
This was corroborated by Nixia Dash, who is mentioned in the statement. However, there's some missing context here. Lucas shows in their response that Katie, aka the FlyQuest player Razo, can corroborate that they did in fact reach out ahead of time to notify of their arrival. And looking at the DMs, it's very obvious that Luca was going up to meet Razo, not Umisho. All of the claims considered, at face value, Umisho presents a pretty terrible experience. So you can imagine my shock when the next thing she decided to do was to have sex with Luca. I kept them around, and I'm ashamed to say I even gave them what they came for in the first place. What a twist! Remember at the beginning when Umisho said Luca was clearly only interested in them for sexual reasons? Well, in DMs, she seems to be the one worried about using Luca for sex. I hope you can believe.
Don't say it. This is TOS hard mode. You can't be showing us what they look like that frequently.
That I wasn't just using you for sex. I'd not felt that way in a long time, and the resulting mania got the best of me. I'm sorry you had to feel that way too. Okay, now I'm definitely confused. Her response to that DM being shown is that she was purely trying to satisfy Luca so they'd stop spreading rumors behind her back. However, these rumors aren't explained or substantiated. Umisho follows up by saying she's scared half to death of this person, and they could ruin her life in minutes if they wanted to with the messages she sent them.
What the fuck is this? Ruin my life in minutes if they wanted to with the messages I've sent them when they were first targeting me. They still might do that, but I can't live in fear of it anymore and bear this constant agony. What the fuck did you say? Just don't say fucking insane shit to people in DMs. Literally just don't do it.
And they could ruin her life in minutes if they wanted to with the messages she sent them. Which I can only assume is alluding to concerns of revenge porn, and I think was even elaborated upon by Umisho. It seems like this
leaking sensitive personal information and private pictures of me as some kind of revenge. Sorry for the confusing wording. You were leaking sensitive personal information to someone when they were first, showing interest in you.
Concerns of revenge porn, and I think was even elaborated upon by Umisho. It seems like this concern was already addressed months before any of this coming out, though.
This doesn't make that much sense, since she asked me directly back in March, about a month after we broke up, to delete any compromising pictures I had of her, since she told me she was anxious about it, and after she requested proof and I sent it, she blocked me on everything. She also left out mentioning anything after the actual event itself, which I thought was pretty strange to leave out. I spent a few days over at her house after the event itself because of complications with my flight, which is where, after having sex, she asked me out and we started a relationship.
She then asked Luca out, and they started dating, planned a 2-week trip to see each other, then broke up right before she was expected to go. As an outside observer, like everyone else, I would seriously need more context to believe a single word here. Umisho is calling Luca an idiot, manipulator, and an abuser, yet was desperate for the attention, chose to have—
This person is so fucking stupid, they managed to totally manipulate me. Alright.
sex with them, apologized for possibly making them feel like she was using them, asked them out, and went as far as deleting all of their Discord messages.
I ran into a bit of a roadblock when I was first getting screenshots to talk about my experience with her, because...
Oh, Jiggerbones! Jiggerbones says if Lowly Show isn't harmful or indicative of anything, show it to your parent/boss and tell them you like that kind of art. This person responds, I think showing random people porn is sexual harassment. If you catch a case that's on you, don't show them porn. Just show them a drawing. A drawing of one of the little characters. That's non-pornographic. And explain how obsessed you are with with these, what should I call them? They'll focus on obsessed. Explain how much you love them.
She went back.
He did indeed instantly go to porn. We might have a thread here. We might have a thread here.
Back into our Discord DMs and deleted every single message she sent to me on Discord.
And the explanation for doing it only leaves more questions than answers, because why would you have to lie about being manic if the goal was to simply give a satisfactory response? And what are the rumors from Luca that would require such a roundabout method in the first place? Not to mention she changed her view on Luca.
I think the stuff on this person's profile is there. The point isn't to have an argument with this person. The point is to get this person to talk to me. I don't think it's gonna happen.
After seeing Bunny's story and listening to a friend? And to be honest, I'm not exactly certain of Luca's character either. The one who was jumping to a different person between Bunny, Razzo, and Umisho seemingly every hour of this event. Call me old-fashioned, but that's fucking weird. I'd also like to see Umisho eventually provide some witness testimony if this alleged groping really did happen in a room full of people, because all we have right now is a corroborated story of you both making out, which you never mentioned in your original post, by the way. Next on our list is Rain, who, yep, also has me blocked. But
I'd like to think if I saw someone groping another person who clearly wasn't into it, I would say something personally.
that's probably for the best, because this is the dumbest story yet. I shared a weird...
To be honest, even if they were into it, I'd say fucking stop. Actually. No, I would. Regardless of whether they liked it or not, I'd be like, fucking stop that.
experience I had at Combo
I
Breaker
want to be part of it.
2024 with Luca. At Combo Breaker 2024, Rain states that she was worried she might fit into Luca's type, after learning what it was from a friend, and found it weird that they were now receiving more attention from Luca than...
True, Zerk's break. The annoying thing is, he's saying, provide evidence of this! It's like, why? It's not what I'm saying. It's like when, if you mention Lolly, you just get, they're cartoons, regardless of what you say. They're cartoons, they're not real. Okay, I don't care.
And they
I'm not arguing regarding the ethics of the image itself.
usually do. Luca is a Strive player who I've been around at like multiple events, and at Combo Breaker was basically the first time they acknowledged my existence on the day where I was wearing my dress at Strive pools. Just thinking about what I've been told about Luca, and then them giving me a lot of attention out of nowhere felt really weird. Like saying hi to Rain several times and asking her a question about her ex, which she declined to comment on, as to avoid spreading rumors. Luca responded that it was fine, and while placing a hand on her shoulder, mentioned they hoped she was doing okay. This apparently soured her night. Rain also recounts how she went into the bathroom and saw Luca with two other people. Luca told someone to say hi to her, and she might have heard them say, "This was the girl I was talking about."
Okay.
Ooh. I don't know, that night was kind of the first night I felt like I sorta was being objectified, and it was kinda unsettling.
Oh.
I really hope it's nothing more than them being drunk. At points I didn't mind the attention either. I had this weird back and forth in my mind where I was like, I know this might not be good, but also I sorta like it, but also not really, but also I sorta did? Real victims come out with stories about rape, sexual assault, grooming, etc. And here comes Rain smack dab in the middle to inform us if they were happy about the positive attention they were receiving from a drunk guy and them hoping that she was okay. Just because
It turned you into someone like you. Come prove me wrong. That's... they'll just say no evidence. How do you... What? Aushrad, what gets this person? What gets this person? What do you think will do it? Say false evidence? 99% of pedophiles, before raping a child, watch Naruto. Hang on.
Because you see an allegation on the timeline does not mean that it's an invitation. But I'm guessing you sorta like the attention, but also not really, but also you sorta do.
This is so fucked. I'm so sorry this happened to either of you.
No, nothing that happened here is fucked. Stop enabling this stupid shit with your empty condolences. You're not helping anyone. In fact, you are actively making it worse by promoting these useless stories from bored narcissists. Originally, I was going to talk about the document from Ori, but they deleted their tweet, and it was essentially just complaining about Luca not responding to their messages and how their relationship was bad. Whatever, moving on.
True.
This is a quick one, and I apologize ahead of time for the brain rot, but stay with me. 2D accused Luca of telling friends how much she wanted to fuck them and attempted to burn down her relationship with an ex named Corey. The first allegation is corroborated by an anonymous witness testimony who apparently overheard this conversation at CEO.
I think we've had the best stuff already. We can continue though.
Taku. Luca admits to having feelings for her at the time, but calls the rest some hot shit. This allegation is plausible, but it's basically just gossip, given that this is the only evidence. So I'll leave it at that. The second claim is in reference to Luca asking 2D about a rumor they heard about her cheating on her ex. My entire understanding of the relationship was from a friend Mac, who's only heard Corey's side. Said something like y'all were on and off for a while and Corey claimed you cheated or something, which is why I wanted to ask for your side on what happened, instead of just being like, oh yeah.
Did you not look at their Twitter? No, I've seen it! It's why I want them to come on! It's why I want to talk to this person. I want to know what their voice sounds like.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't think trying to burn down your relationship is a fair characterization here, because it's pretty obvious in DMs that Luca's just asking for clarification. Someone who wants to spread rumors and cause drama will just go and do that. They don't usually ask someone for the truth privately. What Luca was doing was pretending to be a trusting ear. All that to spread drama like a scum. However, she provides no evidence of them spreading drama like a scum, and even when Luca recounts the experience in a public server, they refrain from giving the juicy details, which doesn't exactly support her accusation either. So I guess that concludes the claims from 2D, which has to be the most high school level drama besides Rain out of this entire strike.
Next up, we get the bunny juice.
She also has me blocked.
Bunny being the individual who is like, don't use my drama for clicks or I will destroy you with a lawyer. I will legally annihilate you.
We're finally here. The beginning and the end of all these allegations. The person referenced in so many other stories, Bunny. At the beginning of their most recent document, Bunny says, I'm not someone who starts or likes drama. Bull fucking shit. This is 12 pages and could have easily been handled privately if sent to the right people. Also, you threatened to get a lawyer for a YouTuber. If your goal was to...
That works somewhat like a better claim against them would be if they have past pattern of it. I'll steal man. It is feasible that they don't typically like to do that, but this time felt they had to, and maybe they had a reason. Right. Gonna steel man this individual as they seem to be the one most primed to get owned.
To not start drama, congratulations, you failed. Why are you choosing to start shit with someone, then acting like you're in any real danger because you got a little backlash? This is the exact same thing Leffen does, and it's insulting you'd think I'd fall for such a blatantly manipulative tactic. No one in my community has ever harmed anyone as a result of online disagreements, and there's absolutely zero reason to think
that might be about to... Not really. Hang on.
They would.
Can't even say that as a joke, probably.
Your paranoid delusions aren't my problem. I've seen many posts and comments stating, why not file police reports? Why post documents on the internet? Hypothetically, if I filed a report and it did not hold up, people would discredit my sexual assault more than they have. Posting what I did not only brought immediate attention to it, but also brought immediate action within our community. Since we're engaging in hypotheticals, you posted a public document with the expectation that you'd get immediate results from the internet, right? Yet you didn't think about what publicizing a story means? Are you new to the internet?
If you need more information, please ask. I will provide anything within reason.
Or shut down and threaten to sue you.
Yeah, so I guess that was a fucking lie.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that settled, we find ourselves back at it again at Fondling Faustings 2024, where Bunny alleges that Luca sexually assaulted them at the New Head hotel room. More specifically, that while cuddling in bed, Luca tried to shove their hand down Bunny's pants. Well, how did we get to this point? The weeks leading up to the event, Bunny brought up, quote, penciling Luca in for some cuddling if they were into that, which Luca replied that they would be interested. Further discussion around the details of cuddling took place. Then a few
No, I think it's hot. I'm committed. I have trust issues, but you're bringing me sweaters and want to cuddle. Cuddling with you sounds nice. Yeah, I am the Big Spoon. How tall are you? You have 10 seconds on Big Spoon. Tall enough. I'm Big Spoon.
days later, Luca said, I wouldn't mind taking naps with you. Being able to take a break from feeling drained in crowds to just cozy up next to you and fall asleep sounds dreamy. Bunny, you're cute. Luca, and you're adorable. Fast forward to the event, where Bunny decides to go take a nap. They're saying intentions were not expressed beforehand, and the way it's explained makes it seem like Luca just jumped into the bed out of nowhere. Even the witness testimonies gathered by Bunny share a similar awkward or uncomfortable vibe in the room. If we're just talking about how this started and not the alleged assault, I think if you're flirting for weeks, bring up cuddling, and discuss napping together at this specific event, then during the event, you go to take a nap.
I genuinely agree. And especially specifically because if we're talking about like hand towards genitals, that's like a step up. If we're talking about, oh, they agreed to cuddle and then he fucking pinned me down and rammed his cock into me in the split second, sure, not that, no. Not like jump scare fuck, but like moving your hand towards touching sensitive areas, I think that's a fine escalation to move towards, so long as you stop if they're like, I don't want that or whatever.
It's not surprising they'd assume cuddling would be okay, and if you had a problem, you should have mentioned that, especially if it was your idea to begin with. Because when you write stuff like, they did not ask to join me in bed, and use testimonies from people who have no prior knowledge of your conversations, I feel like you want me to be appalled. But this was clearly a planned thing that was talked about frequently, and you omitted those DMs in not only your original post, but the comprehensive documents sent to TOs as well. So I had to go find them in Luca's response.
Some wording I saw thrown around a lot is that I followed Bunny into the room and that I crawled into the bed with him without any prior invitation.
Right.
This is patently false. We were spending time together during my pool at Frosty.
Well, and I mean, they've got the logs prior.
This clip here.
Ah! Holy fuck. I'm okay. But the back of my chair is not. Okay, my chair essentially has no back now. I've been leaning on it too much.
Going to the losers, but one character switch the momentum.
And after my pool match was finished, we both agreed to
Holy
go to the
shit.
room to take a nap together and cuddle.
Also, the wording aside, there's nowhere stating anywhere that you were against it. In fact, there's a couple messages that would suggest the exact opposite. I don't let just any person cuddle me. I thought it was more than obvious that there was a romantic interest.
Okay. Fuck you, Bunny.
And I don't know what about this weekend made you even think I wasn't interested. When I was trying to hold your hand and hug you.
Yeah, I got jump scare fucked by my chair.
every time I saw you. My point with all this being that your framing here seems a little unnecessary and at worst flat out dishonest, especially if you believe your allegation of sexual assault is already cut and dry. There would be no point to retroactively make things worse. As far as Luca allegedly shoving their hand down your pants, you state that you said no, pulled away multiple times, and that the assault didn't stop until someone knocked on the door and you got up, and that you clearly communicated both vocally and physically that you were not okay with it. Luca is saying that their hands were down by your lower mid-region, but they immediately apologized and stopped once you notified them that you were asexual. Then claims you both went to sleep until you heard a knock at the door.
Here's a statement from Lucian SFL, the person who was at the door, who noted that Valor was awake whenever the door was answered. Which Bunny stated that Valor was completely asleep the entire time. Bunny came back to bed after answering the door, which all things considered would be a pretty strange thing to do if they were being physically restrained and assaulted the entire time, and that we both left the room together to head downstairs.
I reached out to...
I was too sleepy. I had to get back into bed. I could not escape, despite this incredible opportunity to do so.
Valor privately to see if he'd heard anything taking place between you two, seeing as he was in the bed right next to you. But he was reportedly in and out of sleep, trying to take a nap, and only woke up once the knock on the door occurred. Moving on, Luca also states that you both went back to the same hotel room the next day to cuddle, and they kept their hands above waist to respect your boundaries. If Luca's version of events is inaccurate, and they were actively disrespecting your boundaries up until the knock on the door, I'd really like to hear from Bunny about the next day of cuddling, which they didn't address in their document.
You'd want to hear them say, "This did not happen." You'd want to hear them say, "This did not happen."
Bunny stated that there was clear communication in both verbal and physical reactions to what Luca was doing. But if you look at the details, lied about being asexual instead of just saying they're uncomfortable, didn't say anything when Luca got into the bed in the first place, but rather jokingly signaled for Valor to join them instead of saying they were uncomfortable, and in DMs describes how they're not good with physical affection or saying things, and it's hard for them to say no and expect for Luca to listen because of past trauma. Taking all of those reactions into account, I think it's fairly unlikely that the communication was as clear as Bunny.
I can't look at this. Osrid. I'm blocked. Hang on, let me look in this. It's better not be porn. Was Trillion the one who posted links to a place that seemed like it linked to CP? Damn. Imagine being happy to throw your money away on a private taxi for your food, regardless of anything else.
Is stating it's more than likely that Bunny might have been uncomfortable, but used things like lying about their sexuality or shifting positions in bed as their clear indicators of discomfort. However, lying about your sexuality is not clear communication.
I told you it was asexual because it was uncomfortable. I don't care about the lying about your sexuality thing. I care about the lying about what occurred.
Another factor that I don't think is being considered enough here is the case between Luca and Umisho, as the resulting jealousy from Bunny is explicitly relayed through DMs. If you felt a little jealous about Katie and Maddie being around each other, I want you to think about how I felt sitting there and finding out you and Claire had a thing, because you both are suddenly full-on making out in a bed. I have never tried to be poly, and I honestly have no idea if I can be. Bunny also said they were seeing where things went, but it seems like neither of them truly had the right idea of what the other's intentions were. How am I supposed to assume that this isn't just another case of miscommunication? That's what they said it was, but
Am I talking to the guy that linked a bunch of anime to Nicandros? No.
I guess now it's a clear-cut instance of sexual assault. Is it possible that this is just a case of being a fuckboy gone wrong, parentheses sexual? To be honest, that's what it's starting to sound like to me. The whole file I have on Luca is degenerate as fuck.
I would tend to agree.
But the people all coming out with stories are framing things in a certain way where they're not accountable for their own situation at all. And it's all Luca's fault. And while Luca might not have been as emotionally available,
Said they were asexual. bed or whatever.
As they could have been, that's not
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
exactly
super fucking
a lot
out of it.
material. If you're a grown-ass adult and someone being nice to you is enough to get you to do whatever they want, then I have a great timeshare opportunity in New Jersey that I think you'd love. Did I mention your hair looks amazing today? We got cuddling gone wrong allegations, polyamorous hookups, bad relationships, compliments, and rumors. The only case with Luca that I think deserves a further look is maybe Bunny's.
I'll
And I
show my
would've
chair. Okay. Show chair. You can see it if you want. I'm in a... See? Like it detached. See? And sent me like launching back. I feel like I tensed up so hard when I was falling back that I like my fucking abdominals hurt real bad. Ooh, gamer chair? I don't use gamer chairs. But I didn't hit my head or anything. Did you just see skid marks? No, it's a fucking gray chair. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Absolutely love to investigate it, but unfortunately, this is also the
Shit
only person
yourself
who threatened to
quick.
get a lawyer, despite saying they'd be willing to answer questions. So I doubt that'll happen. If you didn't want a bunch of random people's input, and
So they
YouTubers
aren't
making
visible
money off
on the
of it,
grate.
maybe don't
I didn't fall, I just got jump scared by the support of my chair going away behind me.
plaster your shit with a clickable headline on the biggest social media platform of our generation. But I'll probably still get hundreds of comments from the crowd who blindly reply, "Sorry this happened," on literally everything without a single critical thought in their head. In conclusion, I'm
Yeah.
glad that Tempest is voluntarily stepping away from the FGC, and while I think Luca is a Discord fuckboy, I'd need way more evidence
Just keep playing your fighting games, just be a heel. Just be a heel until you're banned.
before I can see any real conviction here. But that probably doesn't matter because the public already has their verdict, and I'm certain they'll both be banned for life regardless. This has been the Guilty Gear Degenerates. Don't forget.
Pretty good. Very consumable. Certainly more consumable than when I do stream highlights, yeah. I've come to the conclusion I will not be playing Strive again. Video missing? Yeah, I didn't put it on. Alright. I think I'm gonna... Oof. I think I'm gonna peace out. Been feeling a bit out of it today, and I've like, I don't know, pulled my belly. I pulled my belly muscle on the fucking chair. Well, sound like you're about to pass out. I feel really bad and weird. Ooh. Games when? Realistically, maybe in a. I'll try just like doing the eye stuff for a couple months and see if they get better enough that I played a little bit of Tiny Rogues, but like I could do 2 runs and like then it got really bad. So I think it will take quite a while. Expect me to potentially try games again in a couple months. I'm gonna give myself a long time of the eye stuff before I try and do games and stuff. Yeah. But that's all for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with whatever the God, I can't even talk today. I'll be back tomorrow with whatever the fuck I find. With whatever the fuck I find. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for your viewership, your companionship, and your incredible generosity. Merch in the Twitch chat. I added sleeveless. I added wife beaters with all the 3 merch designs, the 3 colors. I will see you tomorrow though. Until then, good night. Sleep tight. Don't let grogginess bite.